Buddy. It's it's the everyone's favorite best worst paladin of all time. So I'm here. I've never really done a video like this. I just stream raw garbage because I'm a piece of trash and the worst streamer in the world. Um, but we're gonna go over the blue post from what is it? May 17th about Season of Discovery Phase 4. So almost a whole week ago. Basically, yeah, we're gonna let's see if we can pull this up. Let's see. All right, we're gonna gameplay edit. All right, doesn't matter. All right, going to go back and forth between. Let's just get into it and start reading it. We got Kyvax, Community Manager. Greetings. The team has been hard at work on Season of Discovery and Cataclysm Classic. There's a lot happening right now, and we've been working incredibly hard. We've also been fairly quiet, so we felt it would be a good time to provide an update on a few things, including Season of Discovery Phase 4. Um, Phase 4 was good at the start. Obviously, nothing really mattered until 60. So old school, long time WoW player. Never really, never really took anything seriously, which was good because we didn't have to take anything seriously. But it was also kind of, everybody knew that I bother. That was a lot of people that I played all the way through. To help start a guild after almost bissing out a rep pally in classic era, and then took some time off, went to TBC, came back, and then met up with some other, we call ourselves like casually hardcore, or take it pretty seriously, but we're also a bunch of fuck offs. So started another guild, reprogressed all the way up to through Nax again. Finally got Ashbringer after 20 fucking years, so that was cool. And came back to classic era, or came back, yeah. SOD was announced. Tried SOD. I'm loving it. It's absolutely amazing. But we all came into this knowing that nothing matters till 60. So we lost a lot of people that would have stayed even past 25. They all just went back to classic era. And these are some seriously hardcore players that I like them as people, but I fucking hate raiding with them because they're hardcore douchebags. Great people. Love you, Hamdar. Um, so, you know, this whole like, I don't know if we're going to get some of them back. Maybe we will, maybe we won't. So let's go back into cutting straight to it. Back to the blue post. As you have no doubt, like my eyes are horrible. I need glasses all of a sudden. World of Warcraft team has been delivering a lot of exciting content recently, and this will, of course, continue well through the next few months and beyond. As such, to land phase 4 at just the right time, our current phase 3 is going to last longer than previous season of Discovery content phases. Totally fine with that. I would hope that they do make this last a whole lot longer because I would rather wait through a stagnation in, let's check the mail. I would rather wait through a stagnation in phase 4 to level 60 so that they get it right, because this is what we've all been wanting and all been waiting for. Now, obviously, I've got, a fat two-hander here, but I would prefer to go swordboard. I'd prefer to go deep prot holy, prot reckoning, retry, whatever. But, you know, as it stands right now, you basically have to. I mean, you don't have to. You could be a deep prop paladin, but everybody kind of has to like let you get aggro, and then you can hold it. But you're slowing down the whole raid. So you really do need to be like a holy or a ret tank. Kind of mostly a ret tank because it's just like you just hit harder and you just basically spam. You drop your consecrate, you spam exorcism because that's just how it is right now. I hate that gameplay style, but that's just the way it is. I don't do that in raid. I seal twist, and it doesn't do as much damage as our our meta rating rep pally, but I'm not supposed to do damage. I'm a shitty off tank, and I like being the shitty off tank in the raid. So pretty much that's kind of the way it is right now. Is just I would prefer that they take their time to make the end game rating good. It doesn't have to be perfect. They can always change things. Nothing is ever going to be perfect. We always came back to classic era to relive the nostalgia of the unfinished game, and everybody just has to admit that classic was always an unfinished game. They rushed through the original game. They There's so many portals all over the world and dungeons that are just there's doors there, but you can't go in. Like Karazhan, Oldham. There's that portal in Ashara under the water. There's all this shit that just was never finished. And then they just rushed out TBC, and I love TBC. I never played past TBC. I came back to Classic Era, but um, I just hope that with all of the amount of gear and skills that we have, and the amount of
King's
damage we
honor,
do,
friend.
and it's nutty. This is Classic Plus that we wanted, and I love it. But they really need to make sure that Molten Core and Onyxia, which I guess they're coming out with right away, which proper order. Molten Core, Molten Core is going to be fun. I hope it's hard. I hope that we kind of have to go back to like the basic almost of where we have to like do go back to like the like 20 years ago when you go through Molten Core, you had to have fire resist gear, which we didn't have to, but we didn't know what we were doing. So I hope that there's something like that where Molten Core isn't just a joke, because where it's a 40-man raid going down to a 20-man raid, but where you know 20 people doing the damage of fucking 60 or 70 people at level 60 in classic era because of all of our abilities and gear and the new spell power scaling and everything like that. I hope that we get to Lucifron and we fucking wipe 100 times the first night. I hope there's a wall of people that can't get past what is it, Gar, and then they fucking crush Gar after 10 hours, and then they get to Baron, and nobody can beat Baron for a week. I hope it's like that. Probably not, because how much can they really change it? So it's a lot of bullshit. But I really hope that they do it right. Let's see. Cutting straight to it. Cause you experience worthy players high quality bar we are setting for ourselves. Let's see. Let's just start over. Cutting straight to it, as you no doubt likely noticed, the World of Warcraft team has been delivering a lot of exciting content, and this will, of course, continue well through the next few months and beyond. As such, to land Phase 4 at just the right time, I hope they do. Our current Phase 3 is going to last longer than previous. Groovy, down with that. Season of Discovery content phases. We can't share Phase 4's release date just yet, and we know this news and the longer Phase 3 may be disappointing to some, but our timeline will ensure that our classic team delivers an experience worthy of our players with high quality of our we are setting for ourselves. Good. We are so very excited to share what's next with you. Okay, we're starting. Go to Blacksmith, baby. We also want to make sure that we take the time we need to deliver equally awesome experiences, both Season Discovery, Cataclysm, whatever. Give Cataclysm Classic Launch the time it deserves to breathe without players feeling the pressure of needing to choose between it and all the other fun things that are happening in WoW right now. Like that weird the panda thing they're doing again. Like, what's with the furries, bro? We understand our players love to plan, so we wanted to signal our intentions now and let you know that we intend to share the exact timing of Phase 4's launch. And okay, we're taking Blacksmith. I'm the only one that went to blacksmith. You fucking trolls.
That's still a charge. That spell isn't ready.
Fucking left me. Okay, cool. All right. Hey, what's up, Atlanta Parker? Groovy. So please stay tuned for more information on Phase 4 coming soon. Phase 4 PTR plans. I don't know how I feel about that. I like that there's a PTR because they really do need to get this right. Because if they fuck it up, they fuck it up. Uh, but I also don't like the idea of knowing ahead of time, even if they don't show us how we're going to need to get them. I don't like knowing what the runes are going to be. And again, I guess it doesn't matter because people just fucking discover them right away anyway, you know. So there's all those people that are just combing the wasteland. Yeah, of course, I'm still stuck in Fallout, but there's people, just checking everything, just every nook and corner. So I guess it almost doesn't matter, you know. So whatever. Let's see. So, phase 4 PTR plans. In a departure from previous phases, we will spin up a limited PTR specifically focused on combat and class testing for phase 4. We plan to include level 60 templates with all runes and abilities learned, and we tentatively planned to provide some sort of access to level 60 tier set bonuses. We also plan to provide access to training dummies and some raid content, as well as battlegrounds, so that players can test out the new builds. Again, our intent in this PTR is to focus on combat and class testing, and we will not be using it to test the unique content coming with Phase 4. We've received an enormous amount of class feedback from players and are very excited for the level 60 runes to be discovered, as well as our revamped tier sets. I am excited about the revamped tier sets. I very much hope that for example, the paladin stuff isn't just healing, because some of the set bonuses on I don't remember if it was the Molten Core set or the dungeon set or whatever, but the Molten Core set was just healing, and I think it was like chance on melee strike. I'm not. I'm just gonna auto attack when fighting. To like heal your party in the raid, but there's no holy paladin that's like melee striking anything. So those set bonuses were obviously intended for melee holy paladins, but all of the gear spell power it wasn't spell power, it was just healing. So there's gear sets that didn't they were just wastes of space. They didn't do fucking anything. Except if you collected the Molten Core set, you used it to like heal your team in Saffron fighting Nax, and like for like the super sweaty tryhard people. But it's like, did that even really fucking matter? The answer is no, it didn't matter, you know. So that's cool. I could talk about priests, warriors, paladins, and mages. I never leveled anything up else back to 60. I've leveled like 4 paladins and like 12 priests to 60, so I'm kind of stupid, but that's cool. I like the revamp tier set idea because there's a lot to go into that. So that's pretty cool. We've invested heavily into class adjustments going into phase 4, and while perfect balance is not the goal, good. Classic WoW is never about perfect balance. If you want perfect balance, dude, I don't know, don't play World of Warcraft. I equally hate and I love how, as a paladin in full 2.5 in Classic Era, with Hand of Rag or Corrupted Ashbringer, absolutely stacked to the fucking brim, maxed out HP, I turn across a shaman and he 1 or 2 shots me. It is what it is. If they get rid of that, it won't be the same game, you know? It's just not going to be the same thing. Oh, fuck. Blah!
That's still a charge.
Okay, this he's know what it is.
I can't cast that yet. That's still controlled.
He's just gonna run, and then the other guy's gonna. Okay, I got that again. Groovy. So yeah, yeah, like balance is not classic WoW. So we want to look class specs, runes, blah blah. So where we bounced out the goal. Okay, cool. We want to look at classes, specs, and runes that are underperforming and find opportunities to make as many improvements as we can. That's good because there are some things like I'll go here. I was watching somebody else's stream earlier, and they were talking about how Exorcist, in as far as like pure DPS goes, in the leg slot, Exorcist is so good and pumps out most of your damage if you're just trying to do pure damage. There's really no reason to use anything else here. Like Avengers Shield is fucking rad, and I'm probably going to use it a lot in the next few weeks. So keep an eye on that because I like the sword board paladin thing. I fucking love it, and the idea that you could use like sword abilities and everything. Where am I getting dotted from? Back here. Okay. That's cool to me, you know. So I would like to. I don't know what you would do. Would you make one or the other an ability, or would you make one or the other move it to a different rune slot? You know, there's certain things like that. Like I don't think taunt should be a rune. I like it being in here, but I don't think that it should be a rune because it should just be something else on your hand slot. Like you should always be able to have Crusader Strike as a swordboard paladin. That makes no sense to me that you have to decide between Crusader Strike and Taunt. That's stupid. Do I need a team? No, I'm ranting online. Okay. I probably shouldn't be in the battleground. Whatever. So let's see. We got. Make as many improvements as we can. Many classes will see substantial redesigns going into the level 60 end game. I hope, like Paladins mainly. Again, this is mostly a rant about Paladins because that's almost all I play. It's my main. Everything else is just like farming classes to support the Paladin. Many classes will see substantial redesigns going into level 60 endgame, with some runes moving around good and others becoming baseline skills. Fuck yeah. We are excited for players to jump in to play around with these substantial adjustments and participate in the feedback loop with us ahead of Phase 4, hitting live realms. I like runes becoming abilities and runes being swapped around, but what I really want for all of the paladin builds, I really, really want consecrate to become a skill, not a talent. I have to waste 11 points in the holy tree for. That that cripples paladins so hard. We need consecrate. Like in Burning Crusade, it was just a skill. So we didn't have to. We could be deep prot, put those other points into the ret tree, and then not have to spend 11 in the holy tree. It just it opens up so many windows, so many avenues. We need consecrate to not be a talent. I don't even care if it's a fucking rune, but it should just be an ability that you learn at a certain level. So let's see. We will share more information on our testing schedule very soon. Okay, cool. Level 60 content phases. Obviously, it's going to be sped up. It's easy to discovery. Kind of a shit show. I like it. Whatever. One common question we've been asked is how will the various raid tiers roll out at level 60? And we want to provide some clarity and let everybody know that we will be rolling raids out in phases similar to how we did in 2019's Classic. So faster. The first tier will consist of Molkor and Ixia, and a few weeks after that, we will see Blackwing Lair, followed by Zolgarub, with additional endgame content and surprises that we're planning to add between the major raid tier releases as well. For ease of communication, we intend to frame our releases around the familiar original WoW raid tiers. Cool. Sunken Temple adjustment incoming. Okay, that's interesting. So I'll make a couple guesses and then we'll read it. A lot of people have just decided to take a break for about a month. Like my guild, particularly, I didn't look at the I didn't look at the vote turnout, but they voted to see if we're going to take a break and just wait for phase 4 or 5, level 60 content. Because what's the fucking point? Why are we wasting our time? Go have fun, do something else, take a break, touch some grass, go walk your dog, go to the bar, meet a girl, whatever. But there's no point. Nothing matters till 60. So why are you worrying about bissing everything out, wasting the time farming enchants that you're just going to replace in the next phase anyway? We wouldn't have done any of this if it was 60 all the way at the start. You know, that's not how it was. So we went try hard for each individual phase, but we're at the end. Let's just fucking get to 60. So let's see what they say. Sunken Temple adjustment incoming. One consistent piece of feedback we've received is that the rewards from Sunken Temple have been a bit underwhelming. That's true. I could turn into a fucking worm. And you know what? My girlfriend still loves me. During our design and testing of phase 3, we didn't entirely know the scale and scope of adjustments we'd make to level 60 dungeon gear, tier 1 item sets and molten core and Onyxia gear. Now that I just read, I didn't process anything. I'm starting over. One consistent piece of feedback we've received is that the rewards from Sunken Temple have been a bit underwhelming. True. During our design and testing of phase 3, we didn't entirely know the scale and scope of adjustments we'd make to level 60 dungeon gear. Okay, that makes sense. Cool. Yeah, of course, because you didn't. Tier 1 item sets and molten core and Onyxia gear. Now that we have a Oh, that was a comment, not a period. Whatever. Now that we have a good idea about those, we think it makes sense to increase the power level of some of the Sunken Temple gear. These updates will particularly focus on caster gear, which feels most underpowered. Paladins or casters? We'll let you know when we've got this ready to implement in the live game. We want to again express a heartfelt thanks to our passionate players. We've had a blast playing with you in Season of Discovery and now in the Cataclysm Classic pre-patch, and we can't wait to get more exciting classic content into your hands very soon. Thank you, the WoW development team. Sorry that was rough. My eyes are so bad, and blue on black is kind of hard to fucking see. Like it's hard to read because I'm going blind apparently. So I need glasses. But yeah, so kind of an overview of the blue post from about a week ago. I guess we'll go back to PvP and just rant a little bit more. I do think that they are going to pull it off. I hope they do because aside from going to work, working out, walking my dog, normal life stuff, you know, shooting guns because I'm a fucking cheeseburger American. This is kind of all I do. So I hope that this is good because I wonder where this is going to go. I wonder if this will be a place to be if you want to experience Classic Plus, basically, or if when this is over, it's going to be like a fever dream and we just fucking go right back to Classic Era. But I go back to healing GDKPs and knacks for gold to buy binding or something. I don't have anything to do on my palette. I don't really want to play any other characters. I like what I like. I'm a stubborn person. Oh yeah, yeah, eat it. Oh yeah, yeah. Come on, give me down, give me down, give me down. You have to kill me twice. Oh! Uh-oh. Get! Ah. Hey! I'm coming around. We'll call this the reach around. Okay, whatever. So that was a little bit of gameplay where I was actually paying attention. I don't suck as a paladin, but whatever. 3 out of 5. I did almost the best. Oh, and I wasn't even playing. That's terrible. Oh my god, that's terrible. That is absolutely horrible. Whatever. Well, I don't know what else to say. It's my day off. I'm gonna have a couple drinks, play World of Warcraft. I will end this stream to post this as me ranting and bullshitting about dumb shit, and then I will restart a stream to just I don't know kill time in PvP. I don't fucking know, a couple hours. So yeah, that's my 2 cents. Fuck the horde for the alliance.